What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Damn Internet You Scary.
Damn.
I'm Tahir Moore.
I'm Patrick Cloud.
I'm exhausted already. It's been a long fucking day. Oh, Hippie.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, she's in there.
Did you fly in today or yesterday?
I flew in yesterday. I didn't get any sleep on Saturday night because our lobby call was so early. So I left the club close to 2, went to a bar that closed at 2:30, left the bar, went back to the hotel and just slowly packed, took a shower and got ready, caught a flight. We had to fly from fucking Columbus to Phoenix. And then we had a hell of a layover in Phoenix, and then we went home to LA. Then went home, dropped off the stuff, changed clothes, washed up, grabbed Dom, and went to the movie premiere. Shout out to Nikki McElroy and all the dope-ass actors that were a part of
really good.
Shady Grove. Shout out to Jahan Jones. It's a good movie, man. Make sure y'all pre-order that right now. You can get that on Apple. I think it might be on... I think it might be on
mentioned
Prime
Amazon too.
Yeah, I think it's on Prime too. But I couldn't find where to do it. Maybe you got to do it from the TV or your laptop for Prime. I couldn't do it from my phone. But you could download it or order it from Apple on your phone, obviously, all Apple devices. So it was dope.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, man.
Can't wait.
Yeah, the shooting in St. Louis was wild as hell. Thank you to everybody that reached out. It was a shooting at VAP, Visual and Performing Arts High School.
What?
That is a school my mom worked at. She actually retired last year, though. So
Woo.
a lot of people hit me up this morning. Shout out to everybody that hit me up. It's been a crazy, crazy morning. Crazy.
Man. That happened today?
That happened today.
Like, what the
I
hell?
mean, they're
Yeah.
happening in LA every day. You just don't hear about them.
Yeah. So
School shootings?
Yeah.
it's Farron I sent it to her, and she had looked up how many school shootings have happened like just this year long, and the number is
It's
astronomical.
more than the number of days we've had so far.
It's crazy. You just don't hear about so many of them because they're regional, and unless it's a huge amount, or they see like this is national news where they can really keep the story going.
I thought they reported all of them because it's like a national
It's too many,
crisis.
too.
Nah,
It'd be the
man,
only thing they reported if they were.
and they ain't gonna report it as many because this elections next week.
Yeah.
The primaries are next week, so they gonna keep it on the hush hush.
I honestly thought that every single one was at least put on the timeline just because. Did you certain amount of people have to die or be injured? Because
It's however the news outlets feel.
Yeah, this one I think they said it. Initially, they were saying 6 people were injured, included the shooter. And then when I look back at CNN a little while later, it said 2 people had been injured. So thankfully, not a lot of people. I didn't see any fatalities. Thankful for that.
That's good.
But it's still crazy as hell. My sister called me immediately, and she was like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to homeschool my kids? Like, I don't feel..." And she doesn't live in St. Louis anymore. But my youngest sister, she got 2 kids, my niece and my nephew. And I understand, like, this shit is just so real, you know?
Right.
You really feel helpless in these situations.
That's insane. I couldn't imagine being a kid now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would hate it. I got out at the cusp of that when we were starting to do the lockdown drills and all that shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was your high school year?
I graduated in 2013.
Okay, and that was around the time that these
Yeah, a lot
School
of these.
shootings have been out, though.
So
'cause-
Sandy Hook had happened a year prior to that.
2012.
I think it was 2012. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Trench Coat Mafia was when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, which one was Columbus? Not Columbus.
You talking about Columbine?
Columbine, yeah.
That was.
That was Trench Coat Mafia, wasn't it?
That was that.
That's what they called themselves, Trench Coat Mafia.
Oh,
Mid
that's
2000s.
right.
Yeah, and which is fucked up because how dare you motherfuckers take a cool name? Like, that would have been a dope-ass rap group
Rap name for sure.
You know what I'm saying? You motherfuckers, you're so fucking inconsiderate.
Also
bro.
ruining the trench coat for sure.
Oh, hell yeah. The trench coat took a
trench
deep
coats,
nosedive after that.
I
You
feel
couldn't,
like-
you couldn't sell, you couldn't give them away.
But I feel like even after Columbine, that was just like, oh my god, I can't believe that
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
Whereas now it seems like there's
It's so
they're
regular.
practicing it like fire drills.
It's crazy.
Like a
It's
shooting
basically,
drill.
they'd probably do that more than fire drills now.
Yeah.
Right. Because fires is probably the least scary thing that can happen at a school now.
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine, like, even with social media, like, social media was blown up by 2013.
That-
But
Oh, yeah, it was definitely out there.
I was 08, so I feel like I just dodged it. Like, MySpace was the most it got, and then Facebook was kind of like budding, but with like Instagram and like viral videos and all that stuff, I couldn't imagine being a kid going through all that.
Yeah, it's so
trying
crazy.
to go
They
viral.
wouldn't, like, people wouldn't get on the bandwagon to bring MySpace back, but now Instagram is about to put
Music or
music
something?
on your homepage.
Really?
like MySpace. But MySpace, they would not. Well, Justin Timberlake and Pharrell and a couple other people invested back in MySpace a couple years ago. And they were really trying to turn that shit around. They was like, get the fuck out of here,
that
man.
didn't work at all. that didn't even almost work.
That was like the first endeavor I saw with Pharrell that they still was like, nah, we good. Man.
Pharrell jumped in?
Yeah.
I thought it was just Justin.
I think Pharrell was one of the investors. Or either that, he was part of the brand rebooting.
And he's
or
a
rebranding
tastemaker.
of it.
He's a tastemaker, and so that
Boy.
that didn't. Man, I don't think I could go back to MySpace. You know, the pettiness of the top 8 or top 6 or whatever number you chose. I just I couldn't go back to that because that was the dumbest reason that people were falling out. People were arguing with each other. Why am I not in your top 8? I feel like the closest thing we got is what close stories, close friends stories.
Yeah, close friends.
And there's
Which
no
I
limit
found
to
out
that.
like that is. It's a limit on close friends, I think.
Is there?
Yeah, I think it's like
I have no idea.
10 or 15 on close friends. But maybe they changed it.
I don't
now,
get
I
that.
found out like 2 weeks ago that people are using close friends as like the dating app. Like they like post like
so
what they're
if you're
looking
in the
for,
close-
or
okay.
you know, like lewd pictures or videos of them. Like it's like Tinder and all that shit without signing up for it. Close friends is now the freaky Tumblr on.
But isn't it
Instagram.
still regulated by
wanna-
IG?
Well, yeah, but you get to pick who your close friends are.
Oh, because most of the time inappropriate stuff is flagged by another user.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Or like if you put it
that's
out.
what Instagram relies on typically is people.
Oh,
other
it's
people
nothing
flagging.
AI?
I mean, there is some of that, but I'm sure a lot of it's relying on people reporting shit.
I don't know why I just assumed like if you showed a little areola, something.
Well, it's actually
happens.
it's interesting. There's a video I watched that shows like the training that a lot of the people who do the behind the scenes and like actually flag people's content in that, and like they're given seminars of like, okay, what to look for, and like when it's over in another country and they're not familiar with like American culture, it's very funny. Like they're showing pictures of like this stuff. If you see this stuff, you have to flag it and all that.
That shit crazy.
And they're showing it to people who aren't
They're showing
used
it
to
the-
Americans.
exactly, yeah. Like because you know how like a lot of the teleoperators are Indian and that a lot of people who run the background stuff of this are from other countries because they outsource all of that.
Yeah.
So a lot of them have no idea what you actually want to flag. They're just told if you see this, that means this, and then you do this.
Because they don't know what's we consider inappropriate or
Exactly. Yeah.
Interesting. So most people who got their pages taken away, it was probably by somebody who flagged it in another country.
It's possible, or it
I
eventually
mean, it happens
disseminates
here
down.
too.
to
Yeah,
them. Yeah.
It's weird because every country is so fucking different. Like over here, we'll show the gory shit of Jason Bourne beating the fuck out of somebody, or Arnold
Right.
Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone shoot somebody 100 times and the blood's
Right.
coming all out. And that's accepted here, but we're so cringe when it comes to nudity. You're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit is so weird. But in the UK, nudity is completely fine.
Right.
All the titties, all the ass. That shit is
Man.
food. And then the murdering shit is like what they don't do a whole lot
Yeah.
of. You get like slow murder shit like Sherlock Holmes when Benjamin
right.
Cumberbatch is Cumberbatch, right?
Yep.
Is doing that shit and all that. They not really into that shit, but like
Cuts away before you
oh
shoot
yeah,
somebody.
but
Exactly,
you can
yeah.
see some pussy, see some ass, some
Y'all,
titties, all
you
that.
seen that European, like, there's a Skittles commercial where, like, essentially the girl's getting bust on, but it's, like, all Skittles, and she's just like, yeah, and he's like, oh.
I never know if those are real. I try to find them on YouTube, and
Oh,
then on
like
YouTube,
fake real commercials?
Yeah, people were doing that. So
Oh,
they were doing
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I don't know how they get through.
Let me tell you something. If I had the time and we kind of got the resources, but if I had the time, I would just make bomb ass movie trailers, write a script for it, like for the entire movie, but just make a bomb ass movie trailer for the script and
For a
then
movie
just try
that doesn't exist?
Yeah, that doesn't exist, and then trying to sell that because that's what they did
people
with that,
do
like
that.
with 50 Shades of Grey. That was like some shit they created from
Fan fiction.
fan
Right.
fiction,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And I was talking to somebody, Mel Mitch was on tour with us. She was basically telling us how 50 Shades of Grey was like fan fiction from Twilight.
That's exactly what it was.
Because you
50
have...
Shades of Grey, the porno? So are there vampires in 50 Shades of Grey?
No, but it was supposed to be like how a girl wanted somebody that was unattainable or something like that. And it was similar character arcs in both. I didn't watch 50 Shades of Grey, so I can't even give you all of it.
It seemed like it was getting the women in the mood. I tried to watch Twilight. I thought it sucked. I think it's crazy you can have vampires and werewolves in the same movie and still have something that's that uninteresting.
It was her face, the unenthused face, the entire series.
Oh my God.
Unenthused and lost looking, and you can't make up your mind. The make up your mind part I get. When you love two people or like two people, like that part I get. But like, she just always looked like something was wrong. Like, bitch, you fucking with a fucking vampire. Like, you winning. Is
that winning?
That's generational wealth. This bitch ain't never got to work again.
Was he rich?
But they're vampires. The family dates back thousands of years. You mean
He
to tell
didn't
me?
come off as rich.
Yeah, they was rich. He had that Volvo, the little hatchback Volvo. That shit made me want that Volvo.
Volvo is what are expensive?
They're luxury.
I didn't know that.
They're luxurious, safe cars. So if they like a step up from a Camry, but not really a Lexus, because they're more on the safety side than the cool side.
Volvo?
Lexus, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
But
Swedes know what they doing. It's good ass cars right there, man.
Let's not dance around it with her expressions. She was mid at best.
Big mid energy.
I mean, I get it. They're monsters themselves, but
I can think she was thinking like that werewolf dick finna hurt. Like that.
What happens if the full moon starts mid-sex?
Oh, you ripped apart.
You're dead.
Oh,
That dick goes for this.
Especially if you're hitting from the back and you can't see.
Man,
You just hear, "Oh!"
Fuck, and he gonna get hungry, rip your back up, start eating you. I'll
shit.
pass.
Turn around and see them damn Thriller eyes.
That's why you never see the Hawk smash nobody. That's why he be smashing shit, because he can't smash, bro.
Well, no, he turns into the Hulk as
While he's
he's
smashing,
getting in like a boner. So I don't think
Right.
I don't think it
you
could
can't
be
smash.
mid.
You can't smash. That's why he's so mad.
Well, that's a little better that like it can't happen. You
Man,
know?
Well,
fuck
it
all
could.
that.
He just hasn't let it go all the way.
Mm-hmm.
No, but like, could he bring himself to the point where he could have sex and not reach
into it.
Hulk?
I think that's I think that's kind of what his goal was, is to be able to control it. So I think
Right.
eventually the character is able to do that.
But remember in the weak version,
yeah,
the
how
Sony
he
version, he
tried
was,
to. Yeah.
and his heart rate went up.
Yeah.
He gotta get. All he can get is hand jobs, and the bitch gotta put his dick in a full Nelson.
Or he just has to have the stuff the flaccid in. You ever just stuff the flaccid in? You're like, it's not working, but we're not stopping.
He's like, I want some head. Like, I'm not putting that in my mouth. I'll spit on your dick. You got 3 chicks in the round robin just spitting on it. It's like, that's all I'm doing. You ain't putting that bitch motherfucking in me.
Don't excite me. Don't excite me. Too sexy.
It's always stuff fucked up like Rogue from X-Men. She couldn't fuck either. Like, she touch
that's
you,
right,
she
'cause
kill
she'll
you
suck
type
you
shit.
out.
Man, that shit sucks. And Rogue is bad. I fuck with Rogue.
Well,
I like the little white
take all
gloves and
your
the
life
green
force
pants
from
and shit. Huh?
but what if she didn't touch you until the BJ?
Well, here's the thing. Any part of her body would take, like, so it doesn't
Right.
have
You
to just be the hands.
But we've only seen the hands and like them kissing. But imagine she put her mouth on it and it was like,
Oh, bro.
Probably would not feel good.
That would work.
But you could wear a condom and you'd be good then, right?
I don't know. I don't know if
The moment
it'll
it
go
breaks, you're dead.
You can't just have a condom on, though.
guess
You gotta
so,
have
huh?
dental
You'd
dam
have to
on
have
your
the whole
pelvis
thing,
and
yeah.
shit.
Or a condom with underwear still on.
Yeah. Nah, that's a lot, bro. She a nun, basically. She's basically a nun. Rogue from X-Men is basically a nun. She has to take the vow of chastity.
What about Colossus?
he's all metal, right?
Is that still his skin? Does that still work?
I mean, does he get hurt when he's punched?
I mean,
He did when old girl was
guess,
choking him
yeah.
with at the end of Deadpool, too.
Oh, so he's good. He's just giving metal dick and he feels it.
I don't know how much he feels it, though.
He has to if he
'cause
feels the choke.
He got kicked in the nuts though and didn't feel anything, right?
Yeah, it was like, boom.
Yeah, it was that.
But he might have been like
Yeah.
clenching his ass cheeks. He was preparing for that.
You got to be a wild chick to let Colossus smash in the first place. Put that cold iron dick in you.
You gotta run it under some warm water first. You can't put that cold dick in me, mate.
That shit got no dick hole. When he come, it sounds like a bell. Bang! Oh, it just hit the inside. If I was in the X-Men, I would go for Storm. Because can you imagine having sex with someone who can control weather? She can make thunderstorms, hurricanes. She make the windows start going. Earthquakes counts as weather, right? No.
No, I don't think it's.
That's natural disaster.
Weather's air had to do with the air. I don't think that earthquakes affect it
Right.
at all.
Okay.
That's weird, bro.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I think I'd go. I'd go
Storm?
for that.
I don't know if I'll go. So I'll tell you who I wouldn't go with. Jubilee. The fucking sparklers coming out of her.
That's
You'd
tight.
be blinded.
That'd be hard.
Fuck all that,
Every
man.
stroke is a damn cannon of firecracker coming up.
You remember we went to the club in Atlanta? I didn't even want them bringing out the sparklers and shit to the table with the drinks. Like, keep all that goofy shit, man. If I try to smash in the car, you fucking like lighting my interior on fire? Nah, bitch, you gotta have your hands out the window while we smash it.
But what if when she was about to come, the sparklers came on? Like,
I don't want it. That's too much. All that smoke gonna flare up my asthma. Nah, I'm not built for it, man. I had to wear a goddamn chain with my inhaler on it to hit it.
that'd be fire. I feel like there's a couple superheroes that we didn't really fully go into, like, how good it would be to smash. Like Wonder Woman, I feel like she'd kill me.
Oh, yeah. I feel like her grip alone.
Yeah. If you're
Is
going,
she
going down on her,
Yeah.
she would squish your head with her legs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you imagine if she's let you smash and then she started interrogating you with questions like,
Oh,
so
yeah.
where were you last night? You like, what? And then she
Oh.
clench up like, ah!
Oh, she don't need to do that. She got the lasso.
Yo, that's true. She don't got the
Wonder
lasso.
Woman
true.
caught up every boyfriend she's ever been with.
Yeah, but if she got up, if the lasso's in a normal place, right?
Right.
On the wall when you walk in the house and you walk in, you don't see the lasso. You be like, oh, this bitch finna get me. And you gonna hit a beeline, go back to the car, right? Because you already know what's about. So she got it. Wait till you get to smash and it then hit you with the tight grippage. You be like, oh man, she got me.
It's like instead of like how women wait for people like men to fall asleep and they use the facial, they'll just put the lasso around your finger and you wake up saying all types of shit.
All types of
Why am
goofy
I
shit.
telling this much truth?
Here's the thing though, if you fucking a superhero, don't ever cheat, bro. Like it would seem like common sense, but it is dumb. But like, don't cheat if you dating a
But
superhero.
they out every night. You trying to get some yams, they saving the world again. You like, God damn. Joker's
Oh,
attacking
Hippie got a
again.
good point. Mystique was bad as fuck.
And she could be anybody.
And she could be anybody.
So, like, you don't
yeah.
need
But
the
here's
same
the thing,
person.
though. Here's the thing, though. I feel like,
What if she turned into a guy mid smash?
oh, you
she turned
dirty
into
bitch. You dirty bitch.
She mad at you, turn to your dad. Oh,
You
shit.
dirty bitch. The fucked up thing is that I feel like that shit would be such a turn on initially, but then she would get tired of it.
It'd
You'd be
be-
like, yo, tonight can you be? You're like, why the fuck you always want me to
Why
be
can't I
somebody
be blue?
else?
Right.
Why
It's
can't
like-
I just be me?
Well, then turn back into you. That's why.
I will fuck that blue.
You look like Frieza. Now
Come
turn
on
into
over here.
Beyonce again.
My little blueberry.
give me Meg Thee Stallion with Ruby Rose's face tonight. Fuck it. And Amber Rose's feet. I'm not even a feet person, but let's just.
That'll be. Now, fucking somebody that can fly would be fire, though. Like, you don't even need a plane for the Mile High Club.
Yeah.
Like Storm.
Just don't slip out of there.
Damn.
Yeah?
Storm
Yeah.
could take you up into the clouds and smash you during a light show.
Yeah. But how
have
y'all
to
going, like, how you
survive.
going, you
Breathe.
can't, oh, see, but it might not work, though. Because if you're in the air, you have nothing to hold on
And, like,
to
how
for
do
your
you
leverage.
do you have to
Like, how do you
concentrate?
thrust?
Right.
Because if you lose concentration and
Yeah.
you're suddenly free falling, you got to wake him back up or whatever.
Also, the shrinkage up there would be crazy.
Oh, it'd be cold as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, even
It's cold
Iron
as
Man
fuck.
suit freezes
And the
when he
wind
flies
and
up
all
to.
that.
Too high. Yeah, it'd be cold as fuck in the air trying to fuck. You be goofy as shit trying to do that. Yeah, I'm good. Fuck the air, fuck the car. Give me a good old bed. Ain't nothing like smashing in the bed. I mean, we do all of these talks and all of that, but man, just give me that bed, bro. The bed is where it's at. And it's like, if you are anything like me, you care about the quality of your bedding, your linen, all of that type of stuff, then you don't want to be nowhere else to do anything else, especially when it comes to sleep. And that's what I'm here to tell you guys about today. We talking about Miracle Brand, okay?
Yeah.
If you're at that point right now where you care about your bedding, then this is what you need to listen to right now. Now, I'm one of those people that always run hot. I always run hot, and when I'm hot, I can't sleep well. I don't get good sleep when I'm hot. So I started rocking with the Miracle Brand because these are the best linens you can get, guys. It's super soft, super high quality, and they are designed to keep you cool. Okay. Since I started using Miracle Brand self-cooling bed sheets, I stayed comfortable all night. I had to say it like that because you know how I say it. I'm like, that shit got me good, but I wanted to make sure I said it the way they want me to say it. The traditional bed sheets, they can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat. I found that out from doing research on this company, and I was blown away by that. But it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? All the skin cells falling off. A lot of people come in the house and just get right in the bed, don't take their outside clothes off. That's a lot of bacteria getting in your bed. But with Miracle brand, they offer a whole line of self-cleaning, eco-friendly bedding, such as sheets, pillowcases, and comforters to prevent 99% of bacteria that require 3 times less laundry doing. Less time spending in the laundry room or going to the laundromat, wherever you do your laundry at. You're going to save time with these sheets. The self-cooling properties are amazing because they use silver-infused fabrics originally developed by NASA. Now, first of all, shout out to NASA for sharing the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, to keep us cool. I definitely appreciate that. Miracle brand sheets are thermo-regulated and designed to keep you cool and at the perfect temperature all night long so you get better sleep every night. Y'all know I'm serious about that sleep. The self-cleaning, I already mentioned that. They eliminate and prevent 99.9% of bacteria of the growth level to keep in your sheets cleaner and longer. And then there's the luxurious comfort and quality aspect. Miracle brand sheets are luxurious, comfortable, and without a high price tag like the other luxury brands. Now, I done spent some stupid bread on some sheets, and they felt no different than the sheets I had picked up from Walmart, and I was very disappointed at that. When the Miracle brand sheets came, I put them on for a week. I didn't even tell Fran when I changed the sheets. I wanted to see if she felt something different. If she got him out the shower, she got under the covers. She was like, are these different sheets? So the fact that she knew immediately without me telling her lets me know that Miracle brand is already on the right track. So, hipping you guys out, we got 2 options, all right? If you go to trymiracle.com/DIYS and use the code DIYS, you can claim a free 3-piece towel set and save 40% off your entire order. You heard right. 2 deals in one. Go to trymiracle.com/DIYS and use the code DIYS to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save 40% off your entire order. That's 2 things in one. All right, we're hooking you up. Don't sit back and act like we ain't never gave you nothing. We give you a free 3-piece towel set and 40% off your order. Go get you some new sheets. You got family coming over. It's almost the holidays. Do it. All right? Let's go, Cam. Let's get back to it.
That was right on time, too. They sent me some player sheets, and I needed some new ones.
I like sheets, man. I'm a big sheep. I'm a big. The older you get, like you what?
33.
33 now.
Mm-hmm.
What's your most valuable asset right now?
Just that I own?
Own, possess. What do you consider your most valuable asset?
Probably my phone.
Phone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You might not have understood the gravity of the question I was asking you.
I understand the question.
My most valuable asset is my time, bro.
Oh, right.
My time is like I don't want to. If I invite somebody somewhere and they don't let me know that they coming before I leave the house, you on my shit list. You got a 90-day probation in our friendship, and if you do something in that 90 days, you probably won't hear from me on your birthday. My time is so fucking valuable, man, and when you get to a certain age, you just be like, I ain't got time for the bullshit. Mm-hmm. You see why old people don't give a fuck how they talk. I ain't got time.
Right.
I don't want to mince words, and you don't understand what I was trying to say. Fuck you. You get that completely. You understand that, right? So my time is my most valuable asset, bro. I don't like wasting time on no bullshit. And while I'm here, I'm making the most of it. So I want all the quality products. So when these brands be sending me stuff and we try the shit out and it's fire, man, we gonna let y'all know because I don't want to waste your time or your money. You know what I'm saying? Because you make your money doing your time. So I ain't gonna waste neither of them. So trust me when I tell you, we only gonna give y'all that real shit.
Speaking of valuing your time, what's y'all method of putting on fitted sheets? Because that is the biggest time waster in the bedroom.
I put on fitted sheets. I don't put on a flat sheet anymore, though.
Yeah, the flat sheets are more of a pain in the ass than the fitted.
What?
Because the fitted, once you get it around it, it kind of hugs the mattress and you're good.
Yeah, but sometimes you be at the you think you've done, and then this one pop off, and then you try to fix that, and that one pop off.
So you've got to overcompensate your first tuck, and then when you go to the other side, you'll pull a little bit, but we won't pull it fully off.
So the first tucks, you be putting it overly in.
Yeah.
And then when you pull it on the other side,
wiggle it on out, and then get a good tuck under there. Yeah, that flat sheet gone, bro. I ain't doing that shit no more.
It also depends on the size of mattress. If you got like a California king size mattress, I can see that being a pain in the ass to swap your sheet out because that's a heavy.
And then you always look dumb because I do the thing where I do the like, I try to get two at the same time, and then I'll pull it down. But when it pop off, you have to like try to bend in weird ways.
We gotta get a new bed. we got this queen, and it's perfect for us. But we had somebody spend the night one night, and that shit was not. It's just not ideal
big
for
enough?
3 people.
No, queen is not for 3 people.
No, Queens is not built for 3.
Queens is barely for 2 people. Like comfortably, you kind of want to.
Yeah. I was like,
yeah.
we gotta get this. Mattress companies holler at us.
I don't like sleeping next to people. I know people are just like, no, I'm gonna get a weighted blanket so it feels like someone's here. Like,
yeah,
I'd rather you have your own bed.
Yeah,
sprawl
no doubt.
out over the whole
Yeah, because I like sleeping when it's frozen.
This is good. We ain't got no more ads, so we can get to some real shit. Pat.
Yeah.
A lot of women have been hitting me up like, yo, what's Pat like? I'm like, yo, it's cool as fuck, bro. They be like, yo, you think he's looking for a girlfriend? I said, I don't think Pat's ever looking for a girlfriend. I feel like I want you, if somebody asks you about me, I want you to give your opinion of me, and I'm going to give you my opinion of Pat. Pat is the type of person where his individuality and his freedom and his creative process are probably, in my opinion, the most important things in him. If he feels like a person is going to potentially impede on that or challenge that time or challenge his time for it, he is probably not going to be fucking with you for long. He probably going to get them yams, but he ain't going to fuck with you for long. You strike me as the type of individual.
It's not too bad.
For you to be able to fuck with Pat, you got to have your own shit going on. So that way you got your own shit going on and you're not trying to monopolize or occupy too much of his time, and you guys can both come together when it's a good time for y'all to have a good time. But you have to have your own shit going on. I feel like a lot of women that meet you are enamored by Patrick Cloud. And they want to be up on it and just see your creative process. And I get it. Like, this nigga made some shit. I was like, I just wanted to be in the room when this nigga made that crazy, that goofy shit, boy. And I feel like people, when they want to do that, it's flattering, but at the same time, you know, when you come up with a lot of that shit, you just sitting by yourself like, ooh, let me try this. And if a person's right there, like, what you finna do now? What you finna do? Now you're impeding on that creative process. You're slowing it down. And me stopping to answer one of your questions might make me forget part of this process of what I'm doing or this next step or miss a beat or a punch in the joke or the video. So that's why I think you are.
That's true. I think for the most part that's accurate. I definitely like women who have something going on because you can't just be I'm too busy to just have somebody just up under me.
Right.
And what's crazy, I used to only go for like moms.
Yeah.
Because
like I always got something going on. Yeah.
Moms be busy. So I was like, okay, cool. I think now I'm more leaning towards like entrepreneurs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that is fairly true. I think it's a little trauma involved in that too, just because a lot of times I'll get into relationships and they'll end up trying to like use me as like a trophy or something like that, or like
a trophy fuck, Pat?
I don't like once it starts getting weird and it's just like I'm FaceTime.
Yeah.
Look, you know, it's just like, all right.
Oh my God, is that Pat?
Yeah. So
I've had people
I'll say yeah.
who come on a boat with us, and then people was like, oh shit, you was on the boat with Patrick Cloud. And they was like, what's he like?
Why does everybody ask that about
I've been asked it too, yeah.
That's so interesting. Like even people like I wouldn't expect, like Ryan Davis.
Yeah.
Like will say that to me. I was like, I'm not even on camera with Ryan that much. That's so interesting.
I think it's because you're one of those creatives where people don't get to see.
Someone would want to. You're also someone some people would want to be friends with. Like if I didn't know you and I just saw your content, I'd be like, I would love to be friends with
Thanks,
you. He sounds like a great person.
And that's what it is. There's a certain enigma around you, a certain mystere around you that people can't put their finger on. Like I get to see it close up. Because I feel the same where I'll be like, oh, you seem like a cool nigga to grab a drink with or something like that.
You filter your content so that it's the stuff you want people to see.
Right.
So they're like, I want all of that.
They don't get to see your personal life as much.
Yeah.
I give way more of my personal life, especially to my Patreon. So people feel like, oh, see, here's an entertainer, but he's also married. He's also a dad. They get to see a lot more of my personal side. And I'm a lot more vocal about like the nasty shit I like and all that type of stuff. They're like, yeah, I can see that. But he never gives his nasty shit like that. Sometimes. Very rarely.
Well,
so like,
that sometimes makes people want more.
More, yeah.
Right,
they always want what they can't have. So because you don't give that as much, people are just enamored by Pat the creative, Pat the artist. And then you got music, you got
you're multifaceted.
you got shows, you got clothes, you got all of this shit going on. So like, even if a motherfucker ain't really into music, they might fuck with the clothes.
Right.
If they ain't fucking with the clothes, they gonna fuck with the sketches. They don't fuck with the sketches, they fuck with Pat Geo. So you got a little bit of every. You fucking Baskin Robbins, nigga. You old Baskin Robbins ass nigga.
I remember I saw a lot of people on social media who had one joke or one thing. So I just wanted to make my thing random. But yeah, I think that's pretty accurate.
Cam, they asking for your IG.
It's at Stickman Studios. There's no C in Stick.
What's the Stickman?
What's the
Stickman? Is that your nickname?
No, actually, when I was very little, my brother and I would make stop motion videos, and we made our own like studio called Stickman Studios. And I was like, maybe one day I'll do that for real. So I'm like, well, maybe I'll keep the tag so it's mine.
You've done stop motion before?
Yeah.
You must be very, very patient.
Man,
that looks like one of the most tedious art forms ever.
100% is. You do like 5 hours and you've done like half a second and you're like,
All right, we got him standing.
Well, this is dumb.
I respect the hell out of stop motion. That's cool as hell. All right, so the question was, what would you say if someone asked?
Yes, how's Tahir?
How's Tahir? Hey, you know what's crazy? I was just talking about somebody. I feel like your whole thing. Even more than, I don't know if we're specifically talking about women, but like your whole thing isn't necessarily like the normal stuff. Like, is he this, or are they this, and this? Your whole thing is like vibe. I feel like it's regardless with you, your environment, and the people you with, it's all vibe. Like even down to bringing music and candles everywhere. Like I think that's like pretty much exactly how you see either friends or women or whoever's around you. It's literally like music and candles. Because in the sense that I may be a little bit more evasive and sort of like out the way. You're very, very obtainable and approachable, but you probably won't spend any time or energy if the vibe isn't right, you know? And I think it's like that with women. Like I've never seen you work with someone consistently just because they had big numbers. You know what I mean?
I really don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Right. Like I feel like you would, if you produced a movie, a show, or whatever, you would rather have people you fucking vibed with rather than just a bunch of big names that you could benefit
because
off
I've seen firsthand him dropping people he doesn't vibe with.
Right. So, exactly. Yeah. So obviously that's more of a just being around Tahir thing. But I think if it was like a girl, like how is Tahir? I think it's the exact same thing. I think if a girl is cute, you like. I don't think you would even care if the vibe wasn't there.
Yeah, I don't. Pretty bitches sometimes don't be having personalities or sense of humor. I don't give a fuck about it. I'll take a 6 with a fucking 10 personality,
right, over
a 10 with a 3 or 4 or 5 personality, like any fucking day. Because beauty fades. You know what I mean? Like, at one day, she ain't going to be that 10. And even after a while y'all been dating, you ain't going to see her as the same 10, potentially.
Or you're going to see her in different situations when she doesn't look like a 10.
Wake up. You know what I'm saying? And people, the first time you walk in or walk in the bathroom after somebody took a shit, that could change your image of them, too. Like, hey, you pretty. You go, you get your insides checked.
But it seems like you and Farron are similar in that way. Because it seems like the women you guys hang around with, you can kind of just look at them and tell that they're like somewhat of a vibe. They usually be like earthy or like, you know what I mean, like vibey. like you and Farron be fucking with bitches that look like they know how to float.
The vibe gotta be right though. Like I like to fuck. I like to have just people in general around me where, if we in a room, we can have a conversation just about anything. But it's also one of those things where if the music's playing and the vibe's right, we can be in a room, nobody got to say shit. And ain't nobody mad at each other. Don't nobody feel like they're being ignored or anything. It's just like, it's a good vibe. We don't need to fuck this up with no talking. Like, we just going off the music. We might just be all just getting centered or whatever the hell. Like, I am big on that because I spent a long time just living in chaos and trauma. And so now that I'm able to identify what helps me get centered and what keeps me balanced and what keeps me at a peaceful state. It's like I'm not willing to jeopardize that. Like even at our night, you know, I float around with everybody so I can keep my energy good. And it's not one person that's just taking it all up. I just move around to give everybody good energy and then receive the good energy from them, get filled back up and go on to the next person and welcome them. So I'm very big on energy. Very big on energy.
That's important though, because you be around some people who have like off energy and it could ruin your whole day.
Oh hell yeah!
Even
hell
like even when if it's not intentional, it could just be them like.
They could say something, and
Yeah.
and you're thinking about that whatever they said the entire rest of the day.
Which sucks, because then you think like, I'm not a good person, or I should have handled that better. But then a lot of times you just be like, man, some people just be a bad vibe.
I'm so big on energy. One, because I'm an empath, and I had to stop taking everybody's problems on as my own. I would ask somebody, what's going on? How's everything going? And, you know, sometimes a person emotionally dump on you, or they just tell you what's going on. It ain't intentional. They just tell you what's going on. And from that, because they're close to me, I will take their problems on like my own and start thinking of solutions and trying to figure out how we can fix this.
very much
Like,
that,
but that takes so much energy. And if I might be dealing with something now, I'm taking energy away from whatever I'm dealing with to put it toward there. And at the end of the day, I got nothing left for myself or for the family, anything like that. So I had to limit how much engagement I was giving people. It was another thing, but also like you also have to protect your energy from people that are always negative. Yeah, like I had a homegirl. Every time I talked to her, she was just unloading me about what was going wrong in her life, and this is like on a weekly or every 2-3 days, like basis. And it's like that is just so much negativity, and I hate that you're going through that.
Yeah,
but I have to limit my interactions to protect me.
Right.
That shit it's heavy, bro. Like that's oh shit.
But it's tough in our position, though, because we're entertainers. And the same way, like, I feel like people can attach to that. And I feel like it's the same thing that therapists go through. And I have a lot of friends that are therapists, and I'm very, very careful on how I talk to them just so that they're
Don't
fully,
feel like they're working.
fully sure that I'm not another one of these people that are just like, oh, you a therapist? Man, I need some help. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yo, you gotta watch what lines to cross with that. And I feel like if you're an entertainer, especially a comedian, whose job it is to take people out of dark places, you have to, like, it's tough for us because our whole 9-to-5 job, more than that, is to, like, put a smile on people's faces. So, like you said, we have to reserve some of that energy for us. So, so how do you manage that if that's the energy you put out into the world? Like, how do you manage people not doing that?
I say moving. So when we engage in it, if I'm conversing with somebody, I'm going to be engaged. And it's going to be sincere. It's going to be genuine. I'm not going to fast talk like, hey, how you doing? Family good? Everybody good? All right, cool. And keep it moving. I'm going to genuinely ask you how you doing. But if I feel like it's going down like a deep dive or something, I'm like, hold on real quick. Let me talk to them real quick because I want to come back and give you my undivided attention. And not either we'll come back and be like, sorry, you know, it took a little longer than possible. Let me float around a little bit to greet everybody else. But I limit how much time I spend with that person to protect my energy. Right. Because I can't take that on anymore. But I also like because undoubtedly we get down. I don't know. I feel like I've never seen Pat down. That's another thing. Like we going through some shit right now, like getting some shit together. And I call Pat like, and Pat's like, oh, that's what's up. No, I don't think it'll get that bad. Meanwhile, I'm WebMD. Everything is cancer with me. I go to the extreme. Like they can be like, no, it's just this. I'm like, are you sure? Because I got my firstborn with me just in case. I go off on the deep end because for me it's better to brace for that hard impact than expect an optimistic.
Well, you've been through it before, so you know the worst that can happen.
That's been my life for so long. So I'm still unlearning that because, sometimes it's not that bad. Or sometimes, like, even like today, I got the news that I've been waiting on, and it's bad. But, like, knowing it now gives me a sense of comfort. Like, okay, I'm not just sitting on eggshells or walking on eggs. I know what I got to do. I know it's going to be hard and all that type of shit, but at least I know. I don't have this unknown thing above my head cloud every fucking day. And that's where a lot of the stress comes from, that unknown right now, man.
Right. I mean, I don't necessarily think stressing it is. I mean, technically it is unhealthy, but it's not
stress.
It's not normal. I mean, it's not abnormal. You know.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but stress is it causes all the bad conditions.
Yeah.
Stress is the number one cause of cancer.
Really, number one?
Yeah, it's stress.
I gotta fucking slow down.
I thought it was genes.
Stress, well, because your body, when you get stressed, it secretes toxins in your body when you're doing that, and that's why you feel the way you do.
Stress, how real that shit
Bro,
is.
I'm so bad, and I'm definitely better than I used to be, because I don't let the same things that used to stress me out. Now it really has to be something big, either health related, legal related, financially related, something like that. But like little shit, I'm way more comfortable chilling and just dealing with certain shit as it comes than I was. But now, like, certain shit does still get to me, man. But I'm doing better at balancing it. When I know I'm stressed, I will remove myself. That's another thing I was gonna say. When I am feeling down, you can tell by going to my Instagram. If I ain't posted in a couple days, I'm going through something. Or like when I'm really good, I'm posting 2-3 times a day, at least 2 times a day. When I'm fucked up, I just remove myself from the presence of people and the public eye, because I don't want my shit to come off on nobody else. Because like you say, people come to us for a smile on their face. Right. And yeah, like it is. Yeah, I don't even want to do that to people. So I just,
yeah,
I just
it's
remove
tough
myself.
to give when you depleted and stuff. But
well, and you come first to you, and you should come first to you.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. No, for sure. I feel like if you've been through enough situations where you stressed the whole time and then it ended up being okay, or it just wasn't as bad as you thought you were, it's
you would think I would learn.
Little bit more controllable. But I mean, it's obviously it's tough every
instinctual
time.
and it's built up through trauma and your past and how you were raised and all that. So a lot of it's indicative of that.
I always like when I meet somebody and they're just like a ball of light, and then I don't like this for them, but then they give you some dark ass backstory. Like when I was 2, my dad cut off my head, and then
I'm sorry, Pat.
I was fed to a dragon.
I didn't want it for me.
But Tahir's like that too. Everybody met Tahir online, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's hilarious." And he was like, "I was set on fire," and you're like, "Oh shit, this guy's been through a bunch of stuff." But he still exudes that positivity, and that's the kind of like attitude.
Well,
just
I think part of what comes from that is you've been through such terrible things that you know how valuable happiness and joy and all that is. So that's why you want to exude that as much as possible, because you know the opposite.
That's also why I didn't start drinking until I was 28. Like I was literally excited just to be alive, guys. Like if you face death you stare death in the face a couple times, man, like way more than I should have. Like I always tell people about the getting shot for it and set on fire, and the car flipping over 5 times, the front wheel came off type shit. I always forget about I got robbed twice at gunpoint at White Castles. Twice.
You were cashier both times?
Yeah. And first time I was through the drive-thru, motherfucker came through the drive-thru, put that motherfucker through the window.
Damn. And you were like, move me to cashier.
Yeah.
And then they do,
You thought I wouldn't come inside, motherfucker?
That motherfucker came inside and got me. I was like, God damn, me.
Put me
2
on the
different
grill.
people, but like, yeah, man, you looking down the pistol of that gun, I mean, the barrel of that pistol, bro. Damn. That shit, like, everything flashes, like, and I talk about it on stage, I was like, all of that shit you see in movies, Jackie Chan grabbing the pistol and turning it back, that shit go the fuck out of your hand so fast, bro. You ain't doing it.
No, I love those videos that they do of the parody of the one self-defense guy, and then someone tries to do it, and they immediately wake up in heaven, and they're like, damn it.
Right.
Like, that's the
Damn it. Right. I always thought that was dumb, because like it seems like if you're pointing a gun at somebody, you're nervous. So anything that happens, you would. But there'll be like people who sneak up and they're like, drop it. Yeah. It's like, how did you know he wouldn't just shoot right then and there?
Boy.
That's nerve-wracking as hell.
Even if they didn't plan on it, you yanking the gun, if they don't have their finger on the trigger cover, and they have it on the trigger, you yanking it could pull the gun towards you and pull the trigger back.
And the knee-jerk reaction is to squeeze your hand.
Right.
So
to brace.
Yeah, exactly.
To keep the gun.
So, yeah, man, that should be crazy.
How much money did they take?
You know what's crazy? Both times they robbed us, we had just did a drop. So they didn't get away with more than like $180.
That's crazy. Most of those niggas be like leaving with like $13, $14.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, you gonna risk your freedom? I'm not risking my freedom for less than $1 billion. That's with anything. That's with robbing a bank. That's with white collar crimes. Less than $1 billion, I'm not doing. I'm not risking it for less than what I know I can get out of jail for twice.
$100 million in a bank?
Nah, because you get $100 million from the bank. What you gonna do with that money?
Because you
Oh,
can't
you're
do
talking
anything
about
with it.
because you have to wash it.
You
and
gotta
stuff?
wash it.
Yeah.
And you gotta wash it, and then unless you make up this backstory about an inheritance or winning the lottery, you can't change. You can't drastically change your lifestyle and not raise some eyebrows. You go buy a mansion, and you've been pulling in $100,000 a year, if that. And now you go buy a 5.7 million mansion.
I'd be so mad if I was caught for buying something with the
Absolutely.
money. Like I got away with the crime, but then just bought something with my
Bro,
winnings.
a lot of people don't know shit about money. You can't travel with more than $10,000 without having the right forms. If you travel with more than $10,000, you're going to be detained, okay? If you try to take out more than $10,000 from a bank, you have to have paperwork. You have to fill out forms showing why you need this money. If you got $100,000 in the bank, you can't even go to the bank and just withdraw that. Nope. That shit is a process. You ain't going to get that money back for maybe a couple of days. The bank going to tell you they got to gather the money together.
Because they don't have it in the bank.
Yeah.
It's never in one place.
Banks, first of all, banks don't have your money like that. Banks use your money. Banks use your money for loans and capital gains and investments and shit like that. So when they say they got to gather their money, they got to reach and pull that shit from places where your money is not being used at. So you're not just going to get that money like that.
How disappointing do you think a bank vault is? Just at a random Bank of America.
It's probably very bland.
You go in,
especially nowadays.
Yeah. How much money do you think? Like top?
It depends on the location. Like a major one, Glendale has a big one. I would probably say they probably have anywhere, what do you think, Cam? $500,000?
Really?
Well, $500,000 to 1.5, because there's a lot of businesses in this area. This is the business district of Glendale. It's downtown Glendale. You got the Americana, you got the mall, all of that shit. And I'm sure all the people that bank with Bank of America do drop-offs there.
Yeah. So according to the internet, very small banks keep about 50,000 or less on hand. The larger banks about 200,000.
Oh, maybe even less than that.
Yeah.
That's like, you know those heist movies where they be having like hella burlap sacks of cash? That's like 1.5.
You got to go to like a national bank for something like that, which they have a few of them, like the Treasury. You
they got a national bank downtown LA.
But every bank has probably like a big vault, right?
Yeah, they have a vault to hold it in there. But if you're going for like what do you call it, the Dark Knight bank robbery, you need to go to a national bank to get that kind of money.
So you don't think all vaults are like the big?
Oh, I mean, maybe.
A lot of banks don't even have that shit anymore.
It's probably just a regular door with a very good lock on it.
Yeah.
$10,000
can fit in a church tithing envelope. The first time I saw $10,000 in hundreds, and it was like this, I was like,
"That's crazy."
But in the movies, $10,000 in the briefcase. This nigga, this is how big $10,000 in hundreds
is.
That's
4 throws in a strip club. I don't get why people throw that much money. It happens so fast.
It goes so fast.
I would need singles.
Man,
$10,000 of
Pat
singles.
was so frugal in this goddamn strip club that we went to. And I'm looking back, I'm like, this motherfucker is making it rain on her. I was like, yo, you need me to go back to the ATM? He was like, she's got $37. He had two ones taped to his head. He kept smacking the ass and ones would come off.
I still have that stack. I'm serious. It's literally by my PlayStation. It might be like $70, $80 of ones, but it's big, and I just hold it sometimes. I see it more as a mood booster than an actual threat. I don't think I'm throwing it.
I was in that bitch going crazy. My homegirl Nikki was there from St. Louis, and she loves strip clubs, and she was teaching me the game because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing in there. I had never really been to strip clubs like that. I never wanted to go. I say this too. Certain things for me that I enjoyed later in life was because I didn't have to worry about the financial burden attached to it. Vegas is way more fun when you can afford to do the shit you want to do.
Of course, yeah.
I'm not big on clubs and shit like that, so I don't really give a shit about that. But like eating where I want to eat, drinking what I want to drink, staying where I want to stay.
Not going with a big group.
Not going with a big group and not having to wait on people to split the pot so we can all afford. No, when I'm going to Vegas, I'm gonna upload my video from this past Vegas trip probably today or tomorrow. We had a nice ass suite. I mean, a nice ass suite in the Venetian. We stayed in the Venetian before, but this one was huge. We had a balcony that was bigger than this room. Oh, wow. Not a balcony, a patio. Oh wow! Because it had 2 tables, and each table had 4 chairs in it.
Shit.
It was like the only weird thing about this fucking suite was that they didn't have any couches, right? No couches in suite. I had 12 chairs in that bitch. No couches. So like
You
we
ran out
couldn't
of
sit
ballroom?
next to each other.
Was there like a living, quote unquote, living room? Like
Yeah, there was a living room. There was like
TV
a
in there?
dining room.
Just no
and there was a
couch?
wet bar. It was one full bath with the jacuzzi tub and a standing
yeah.
tower. And then there was a half bath. And there was a long hallway from the a big hallway. The hallway
Damn.
from the front entry
Sound like the lobby.
to the wet bar was like this. Like that was the front door. The half bath was right here, and then all of this is hallway. You get past this hallway, it's a wet bar right there.
Okay.
I had 2 refrigerators,
Yep.
multiple everything
Yeah.
except a couch.
Weird.
And when I called down, I was like, "Can I get a couch?" They was like, "Yeah, that room doesn't come with a couch." I was
Can
like,
I
"I
get a
got
couch?
12 chairs." They said, "Yeah,
Take
it's
some
more
of
of a
the
meeting
chairs.
room."
Take.
But you can't like the chairs.
meeting room?
Yeah, but the chairs were like the elegant chairs, like the
Yeah.
big ones with the arms out, not like the dining room table chairs. Big ass shit. So you can't I couldn't even sit next to Farron
So
like
you'd
put my
be
arm
far.
around her.
You'd be far away.
Yeah, it's just hella obstructive. It was like, bro, this dumb as fuck, boy.
That's where Illuminati meetings would be going down. He's fucking a suite with just all chairs.
Bro,
no
that
bed.
shit was crazy. So, but like Vegas is fun when you can afford Vegas and do it how you want to, and you can spend what you want to spend and not have to worry about when you get back. Oh, how this bill go? And it was the same thing for strip clubs for me. Like, and then when in college, I couldn't afford to throw more than $100, and they're gonna charge us $20 to park, and then I'm gonna want to drink. That's gonna be
don't do it.
$16.
Yeah.
And it's like now I got $60, and the dance is $20,
Yeah.
and you know they try to like every song they want. And the songs are only 2 minutes and 10 seconds before the DJ change it. So 3 songs, that's all you're there, and you ain't even tipped. It's like, bro.
Unless you are a fine ass girl, don't even go till you 30. Unless you're a rapper or a scammer, just wait. Cause trying to make Vegas work, you gonna have the worst time in the world.
This hour went by fast. Sorry, guys. We got a lot of
We
shit
got
going on
the-
today,
We
but
got the anime.
yeah, we got animation coming up next,
Shout out to
man.
Animation.
We got a very special guest for y'all on the next show. We got I want to say her name, not just say such and such daughter.
It's gonna be a Halloween show.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
For the
well,
Patreons.
So this would have.
Oh yeah, it won't be
This would have
released
been
on
the this would have been the Halloween
But
All
it'll be.
right.
one, but it
Gotcha,
is what it is.
I'm gonna bring.
But
a
she's
scary
coming
story.
on Halloween, so
Well,
we're very
more
excited
people need
about
to sign
that.
up for the Patreon so they can see the Halloween episode.
Hey man, you know what I'm saying?
I'ma see
Good
if I can
times
scare her.
ahead. That's not her.
creepy
That's not
stuff.
her. Are you dressing up for Halloween?
I got some costumes.
Okay.
I got some costumes.
What's
I got
her name?
a cool little
Hit me,
Fred
can you
outfit
text me her
from
name?
Scooby Doo.
Okay.
I've got a
All right.
Shaggy outfit.
Her name
Shaggy?
is
Yeah.
Oh my God! You'd be
Dear-
a crazy good Shaggy.
Dear Loren Nash. She is Niecy Nash's daughter. She's gonna be in the studio
Hell
with
yeah.
us on Monday. She reached out. She's like, "Can I please be a guest on one of my favorite podcasts?" I was like,
Crazy.
"Hell yes, you can."
Us?
So look out for that. It's gonna
Amazing.
be a lot. It's gonna be a good time, man. As always, man, I'm Tahir Moore.
I'm Patrick Cloud.
We got Cam on the Cam too.
Beep, beep.
Thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see y'all next week on another episode of Damn Internet, You Scary. Gang.